Hello, Steve Watts, Steve Watts 89. Well, we've had a little bit of, not news, but some articles from or about, and just like that, the whole Kim Katrall drama, which she seems to be dragging along behind her and making the most out of. She did an interview with Variety where she didn't really say anything new except one thing. Now, she went through what we already know, that she didn't like the third film, the script for the third film. She turned it down. She wasn't asked to return for the series because they already knew her position. She'd made it very clear that she didn't want to continue with the character. She wanted to end it there. And she said she hadn't watched any episodes. She hadn't planned to. She felt complimented that people wanted her back, that people wanted the character back, that there was love for the character, but she didn't want to compete with the series. She just wanted to let the character go, which is fine. She went to some sort of Women in Power event. I think they were honouring. She was one of the women that they were honouring, and Candace Bushell, or whatever her name was, who wrote the books, and the costume designer from the original show, and the first two movies was there, and there was a bunch of articles thrown up acting like she was saying something new or something new had happened, but really was just going over what we've already heard. The only bit of new information was a little bit of information on the script. She said that the series basically was the third movie. That's how creative it was. So she did slag them off, basically saying, well, they didn't write anything new, they just adapted the movie into a series. And I'm like, well, of course, that was the point. So that was a low dig at them. Obviously, that took some creative endeavours to turn a 2-hour movie into what would it be, like a 5-hour TV series. So that was a pretty low blow. But the only little bit of news was that apparently one of the things that happened to her character in the third film was that Miranda's 14-year-old son, Brady, was sending her photos of his anatomy. You know the term, I'm not going to say it. And she didn't like her character's story in the film, basically. I'm not exactly sure. She can go more into detail about what the role would have been, but that was one element that she didn't like. That she didn't feel like the character had grown, that she was still just having all these odd sexual escapades, and being this sex sort of object or something, that her life revolved around sex and all that. So, I don't know, that did sound weird. I don't know how they're going to work that. But yeah, she didn't really say anything new. She basically just criticised the show again. And she keeps saying like, I don't want to be involved, I want to move on, but yet she keeps bringing it up. And yes, I'm sure people keep asking her, but she just have to keep answering and keep talking about it. So it's just all coming across as a bit petty. Now, there were rumours that she was going to return to the series next season. And that mostly just came from the text messages and how they kept the character alive through Carrie talking to her in text messages. But she's in another country. They can easily just have her in another country talking backwards and forwards through text without actually ever having an actress on set portraying the character again. There was talk of recasting her, having Sharon Stone and other actors playing the character. But I think it's okay to have people move away in life. People do move. You don't always have people in the same place. So I have no problem with them continuing the friendship between these characters through text messages and emails and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe we hear that Carrie visited her when she was abroad, but we just don't see it. It's fine. We don't need to have Kim Katrall back. She I don't know, the whole rivalry between the girls is a bit sad. Kim plays out like she's the victim, like she says, she's always saying, they didn't invite me to be on the series, but then she says, I turned down the script. Well, make up your mind. Did you turn down the script and not want to be in anything that they did, which is what you were saying? Or did you want to be asked? Or is it just your ego that wanted to be asked so you could actually say no? Because you didn't actually say no to anything. Because the third film didn't happen. So, yeah, it's all sounding a bit petty. And I think it's Kim. Because everyone's like, Kim's made Sarah Jessica out to be the bad guy. And I'm not sure that's true. Because Kim, over the years, we've seen some stories and so forth, and if you're a Star Trek fan, you know that she has nothing to do with the Star Trek fan community, even though she was in one of the films and she's very popular with the Star Trek fans, but she has nothing to do with them. Absolutely no respect. So she does seem like a very egotistical, typical narcissistic actor who didn't like where her character was going, so she just decided to end it for her and didn't care about the fans or the other people in the movies, the production or anything. and she seems to be the one carrying on the fight, and Sarah seems to be the one trying to be dignified about it. The whole issue with the brother, where Kim Katrall's brother died, and Sarah Jessica Parker tried to send her condolences, and she was offended by that, and she made a big drama out of it. And it just seems like she's the problem. I don't think it's Sarah or any of the other girls. I think it's Kim, and I'm kind of glad she's gone if she's going to be like that. If she's just going to make their jobs miserable, why would they want it either? So yeah, and I'm happy for the character to move on. She had nowhere to go growth-wise, so I'm not bothered by her being somewhere else, and we don't have to deal with her. But I just thought it was interesting that the story's come up again and the way it's been portrayed. I just wanted to comment on it. I thought there was going to be more to talk about before I looked at the interviews, but there really wasn't. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Kim and the whole drama. Thanks. Bye.